Hey, hi, hello, welcome back, Alexandrian Codex. Put on my tab. They don't like us anyway. We're ugly aliens with a job they're scared to do. Yeah, you have to grab the fun while you can. They take off in one direction. Turgus F-07, Darien F-19, and I go another way. 3 of us are buzzing with excitement. We get to go to dinner, sit down, act relaxed, doing our best to look Horatio. I think we'll probably fail, but in a society this narcissistic, people don't really notice other people. It's a mixture of excitement and insecurity, knowing we're looking to cause trouble, knowing that if anything falls apart, repercussions are probably going to involve the recycler. Life suddenly has a weight and importance it didn't have half an hour ago. The faces of my co-conspirators, the sounds of the cafeteria, the susurrations of the ventilation seems clearer, stronger, more intense. All my senses are on edge. In fact, the food actually has a flavor. That's what rebellion does to you. Do you seriously want to take over the station? Do you really think things would change any other way? I think his plan makes sense. It makes even more sense than you think. The Vultures are just a diversion. The real question is, what's the smartest way to take over the station? That Darien F-19 says goodnight and leaves. Frankly, I've also had enough excitement for one day. Really want to go that way? I don't know, but anything that results in status quo is something I refuse to agree to. A group of other Horatio come and sits near us. Turgus F-07 leans back. We'll chat tomorrow. I return to my room, discovering I'm utterly exhausted. Noise and mechanics is nothing. I doubt a full-scale invasion could keep me awake. Still, I toss and turn a bit, wondering what I'm falling into. These Horatios have a great idea, and are convinced I should join them. And I will. But so far, all my own great ideas have done is lead me here. Can't say I sleep the sleep of the righteous, but at least I finally sleep. Wake up the next morning having suffered bad dreams born by fear and frustration. At least in one of them, I'm in the cockpit of the space turd, traversing the stars, a galaxy, a limitless thing of hope and possibilities opening up before me. Then I hit an asteroid. Loud noise. I die. I wake up and it turns out the loud noise is actually someone yelling at me. Peek in the corridor and hear both public address system and some loud Horatio saying the same thing. Dress rehearsal today. Everyone up and looking gorgeous. Start early. Lines at the beautification stations are going to be long. And the first few hours of the day passed just as I suspected. Beautify myself, put on my best outfit, gray overalls, but slightly cleaner, and report to the kitchen. Alexius F-21, good to see you. We're all still on Paternus FP-02's imperfect list. I just go where the hall pad tells me, but at least they're friendly faces here. Believe me, it's the very best place to be today. We follow instructions and find ourselves stirring a mind-numbing variety of pots full of food in various grays and yellows. Every once in a while, an overexcited flunky runs in, yells at someone, and runs out. More dollies! I must have more dollies, but in yellow! The kitchen seems to have been designed with the objectives of setting up space and the layout so that you run out of the most important things that are stored in the most inconvenient location at the worst possible moment. In the middle of it all, Turgus F-07 sidles up to me with a cup. Hey, drink this. I can't find the shrimp forks. But I'm not thirsty. Drink this. How can we be out of Calgoristian truffle meat? Seriously, I've worked to... Drink this! Okay. I drink it. I don't know what they're on about, but it's the only thing in the kitchen that doesn't taste awful. Hey, I think... Thanks, I guess? Next time, just ask. Hey, Turgus F-07, what's the special spice blend? How should I know? You had it. And gave it to you. I used it and gave it back. Then I used it and... Oh, it's over here. Darien F-19 sidles over to a small spice bottle and discreetly dumps it down the incinerate chute. Which one is the stew? That goes in the biggest chafing dish. We regard the various dishes, none of which look either delectable or digestible. Or like stew. Maybe this one? I look at the yellow-gray food in the dish. We should probably taste and check the seasonings, but I don't see a little taster spoon nearby. Also, given what came out of the kitchen, I don't really want to taste it anyway. I recklessly decide to align my faith with whatever cooks it prepared. Don't say I'm not courageous. Ready? Ready. I nod. Mausoleus M17. What? What? Is something wrong? No, Jill, just remember, the first plate is always for the highest ranking. That's Eternus P02. The clone is deeply, deeply offended. How dare you lecture me on matters of protocol? Mausoleus M17 stomps out. The three of us look at each other and can't help but giggle. Let's do this. We carry all the dishes through a corridor just outside the kitchen that leads to a concourse and arrange them on a long buffet line. The place is bathed in the soft glow of floating chandeliers. Whatever else you can say about him, Eternus P02 really knows how to put on a show. We line up with other cadets, nervous and excited, desperately hoping to impress Eternus P02. For a moment, there's complete silence. The doors at the far end of the hall slowly glide open. The march of glorious centurion of perfection starts up over the loudspeakers. The tension is killing me. The food, apparently, is doing that to someone else. What? Oh, pimple. Tens of identical heads turn and look. Bacchus V18 is just lying there, just beneath the stew, a little taster spoon in his hand. At least I think that's Bacchus V18. That's not the real question here. I look at Darian at F19 and mouth silently. Special spices? He appears to be fascinated by his fingernails. Look at Turgus F07. His face is white. Eternus P02 comes sweeping over, glorious and passionate like a tower of gold and emerald rage. Kitchen staff, now! I have a bad feeling. He'll look so gorgeous, and this is gonna get so ugly. How dare you let this happen? The most glorious will be here in a matter of hours, and we can't even feed ourselves? Bacchus V18 was bound to eat himself to death sooner or later. With a name like Bacchus, yeah. Recycle Bacchus V18 and take Mausoleus M17 here as well. No! No! But they do it. Two guards come in and drag Mausoleus M17 to the chute. On the plus side, we'll never have to worry about shrimp forks again. I shut down where my imagination takes me. Eternus P02 is yelling again. You three! Why is it always gotta be you three? I try to duck out of the way as if the accusation will go somewhere else, but I can see where he's looking. Each of you, a spoon of the stew, now. I go white as Turgus F07, as if not what was supposed to happen. What? Me? No, I see the look on his face. Right. Now. Look at Darian F19, who doesn't appear to be concerned, like, in the least. I think, what? He humbly eats a spoon. Oh, awful. Oh, my stomach. I look next to him. Oh, what's in there? Oh, yuck. They're play acting, they're moaning and holding their stomachs. Something inside me goes, oh. Right. So I eat a spoonful, go full thespian. Oh, I'm cramping up. Pain, it's unbearable. Oh, such digestive horror. What unholy nourishment is this? Oh, woe is me. Darian F19 and Turgus F07 give me dirty looks at the last phrase. Guess I sort of overdid it. Eternus P02 shakes his fist and points at the food. Get rid of it. All of it. You three, I want the kitchen cleaner than his perfect brow in 1 hour, scrubbed, sterilized, spotless, perfect. I'm talking about levels of perfect that only this glorious empire understands. It's just the three of us. It's quiet. but only for a very short time. Scars and pimples, all of that for nothing? When in his name are we gonna ever get a chance like that again? Our friends are gonna be here in a matter of hours and... Hold on, what exactly were you planning? What was supposed to happen? Daring F-19 shifts from one foot to the other. Turgis F-07 shifts from the other foot. One. Okay, Alexis F-21. There's a little more to it than that. Turgis F-07, think of all the beauties you're here. We have some worrying news from the cloning facilities. Seems a large number of Regent batches went through a faulty procedure. Might even have been going on for months. Oh no, for months? Darien F-19 is faking concern. Poorly. Turgis F-07, I need your help here. We need to test everybody in sequence A through L of the last 20 generations. This could take hours. Three of us look at each other, then at the excited lab technician. Wow, really? Let's do this right away. Absolutely, I was trying to get a hold of you, but you were off risking your life in the asteroid somewhere. Yes, let's do it. Hey, let's set things up over here. We'll round up the usual suspects. Darien F-19 is pointing to a recently cleaned part of the kitchen counter, a perfect space for setting up mobile lab equipment. It's also right next to the recycling chute. Oh no, I think to myself. Turgis F-07 puts a finger to his lips. Aternus P-02 suspects saboteurs. Let's do it quietly. Excellent idea. It'll be quieter back there. Very good, very good. I feel better about this already. I was running some diagnostics on the latest batch, promotion CX-48, and it seems there was some sort of malfunction with one of the memory bursts. It's an electrical fault caused by strain on the power system. While it didn't cause any harm, means there was a payload implementation for the clone nested in the berth. May have been faulty, corrupted, or incomplete. No way to know which it is. Individuals had access to station systems without having ingrained loyalty towards Horatio. Now there's rumors of sabotage. Coincidence is uncanny. Oh, it's more than uncanny. It's highly upsetting. It is, isn't it? There's a certain sad inevitability in how the scene plays out. Set up the equipment, Turgis F-07 draws in the technician with a lot of jargon and fake concern. They make noise, Darien F-19 silently pulls open the recycling chute behind them. Alexius F-21, he's speaking softly, and we share a long, complicated look. I sigh with the inevitability of fate and crouch behind the technician. In time, not even measured in seconds, the three of us understand what has to be done. Turgis F-07 accidentally pushes the technician, so he staggers backwards. He falls on top of me. A couple of quick shoves. He's nothing but a fading scream amid the plumbing. I'm in it so deep now, but suddenly it feels logical. Even inevitable. Except something has gone wrong. A siren is going off in the distance. I hear footsteps. Footsteps of well-shod feet carrying Horatio, who seem to be carrying a lot of gear, in the hallway outside. So wait, you guys aren't just Horatios with an attitude problem. You guys are like me, Yep, Alexius F-21. We aren't just kindred souls, we're kindred souls who have escaped emotional and psychological suffocation of complete indoctrination. Even more, we're the warriors who shall overthrow this hierarchy of falsehood and lies. They'll be on to us now. They'll miss old Tarkus R-12 here any minute. Time to move. Come on, Alexis F-21. We can get code access to a ship and get the H out of here. Go anywhere. In the Constellation, start cloning a truly perfect society that resembles you and I. You can't leave now, the hour is nigh. Our fight to freedom begins. This is our chance, our one chance to throw off the yoke of oppression, lead the downtrodden masses to a meaningful destiny. I look at them both. They both look at me. Well, that's very interesting. Cloning New Horatio Society sounds provocative, but bring them all down, brother. We're going rebel. Let's go full rebel. Darien F-19 runs over to a series of chutes in the wall and yanks one open. Quick! In here! Isn't that the recycling chute? No, it's... Oh, wow, sorry. He pulls open the chute next to it and dives in head first. Can't hear what exactly he says on the way down, but I'm pretty sure I hear the word revolution in there somewhere. I follow him down, perhaps stupidly, but with conviction. It's time to start a tidal wave in this cesspool. We're running, trying to talk, which is not a combination that works very well together. So, what's the deal? What's next? Huff, huff, huff. The vultures are coming. We have to do something, right? Just follow me. So I huff, and I follow. We end up at the last place I expect. We are in section B8, the hallway that has a series of secure storage rooms. We walk down, checking the room numbers. Stop before Small Arms locker number 4. Darien F-19 opens a door with a passcode. Darien F-19's declarations that change can only come through violence? Apparently that's not a marketing pitch. Remember what we did in the kitchen, editing the Imperial maintenance schedule? I'll tell the system that Eternus P02 opened the arms lockers. Everyone on the station would be too scared to challenge that information. Oh no, what if it's him? No one will know until it's all over. You know, sometimes insecure paranoia is a great thing. He unlocks everything, using biometric data from Eternus P02. I gave him a stunned look. Easy, remember? I know his Chamberlain. Talks into his holopad. It's a go. Lockers are open. Wait, who did you just tell? Our allies in the struggle against oppression. Ooh. She caresses the barrel of a flamethrower and rubs her cheek against a low-yield field plasma beam weapon. I'm grabbing everything I can carry. We should do revolutions more often. More toys. Let's go, guys. A surprisingly orderly file of marine mercenaries and disgruntled clones comes in through the door, taking what they need, moving on. Near the end of it, a very nervous and uneasy voice comes over the intercom. Third rank, esteemed Headmaster Ratshai Eternus P02, sir? Is everything okay? I freeze for a moment, but Darien F-19 just smirks. In fact, he's almost doubled over with contained laughter. He holds up his holopad and I hear, "How dare you let this happen?" It's Eternus P02 from our chewing out in the kitchen. Darien F-19 recorded him. It's not, of course, in any way an answer to the question, but it cuts any chance of further inquiries. The intercom goes dead. Yeah, okay, that was good. You're kind of a subversive genius. Darien F-19 is gleeful. No greater joy in life than using a corrupt system against itself. I'm starting to agree with you. So you have your own army. But what about the breach? Well, that's next, but we have to go. Even the densest of clones will eventually come down to check here, just in case. We'll head back to the greenhouse. Nobody but Turkus F-07 knows about the entrance we use, and he's on it. Plan our final steps, then we leave the empty weapons locker, and I start to feel tightness in my neck and shoulder. Things are getting more and more intense. Okay, we know when and where, more or less, our friends... He cuts me off. Our acquaintances with common goals. You can't be a true friend if you're not part of the movement. Okay, so we know when and where our acquaintances with common goals will strike, but how do we do it? Blow a hole in the station, and if I might add, not die? We need to crack the hole at an airlock near the freight docks. Don't really have to blow it open, their miners will do the rest. Crack the hole? With what? Explosives! He seems extraordinarily gleeful when he says that. Gosh, I must have left mine in my other generic overalls. Don't worry, we can homebrew them. I read in the Revolutionaries Cookbook. That's a reference to the Anarchist Cookbook, which will put you on a list if you can find it. But the Anarchist Cookbook, God, was that... It was written up decades ago now. And I guess it's probably updated over time. The Anarchist Cookbook has cooking instructions for all kinds of explosives and listed and restricted materials. And Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Did I torrent that back in the day? And I want to. I don't remember. It, it's a resource. Turns out you combine deep facial pore processing cream with no hair beautiful skin scraper and pour in a few glasses of Horatio Summer Fantasy Bergamot Cologne. Let it sit in about 2 minutes. It goes critical. It detonates. That's amazing. Whoa. Stuff we use is that aggressive? You know what they say, Alexius 21? True beauty demands true pain. Yeah, okay, but what happens when the vultures show up? Didn't keep any guns for ourselves. He looks horrified. What weapons? You really want to get weapons you know no idea how to use? Get serious, we're dashing, not deadly. That's why we gave those to the professionals. I mull it over. When the Vulture captain referred to us as suicidal risk takers, it was maybe not far off the mark, but there was more to it. We're not friends. I don't trust you, Darien F-19. What's up? How could you say this? You were on the ship, you've seen the preparations, you were there for the stew. How can you possibly be thinking of trust problems right now? How can I have trust issues? Maybe it's because you constantly drag me along, never telling me what's going to happen, never asking for my opinion. Now I know you're thinking of something else, but you refuse to tell me. And you keep talking about insurrection and revolution, saying you want to overthrow the status quo, change everything, yet you keep saying how you're leaving with the Vultures. Doesn't make sense to match with the rest. Something else is going on, and you are hiding it. He pauses, thinking. I think I may have broken something in our relationship there. But even though my life hasn't amounted to much, it's the only one that I have, and Darien F-19 has always seemed a little too willing to gamble with it. He's subdued when he finally replies, Look, let's get this done. Let's put a hole in the station, throw our lot in with the Vultures. And after that, now he's looking downright introspective. If there even is an after that, we'll deal with it then. We get up and leave the garden, the coolness in the air between us. Tell myself this doesn't matter, that all I care about is getting out. But I know I left something behind in that greenhouse, and even if I try to go back and find it, it won't be there. Okay, we need to ride the entire station, pretty much, to get enough of the bomb ingredients. See what I can dig out of storage bins. I'll forage around to see if what I can find is in there. Cool, I'll check out the janitorial closets to get more ingredients from the labs. I have all of Turgus F-07's access codes. See you at the airlock. We're off and running. God, I might do another playthrough of this. You know, obviously I'll see how I'm feeling at the end, but there's enough branching paths here that there's some replayability here, and this is free. This is a free fucking game. So if you have looked at choices I've made and been like, oh god, Alex, you fucking idiot, you should have done bitch, go download it yourself and play through it yourself, or I don't know, go read a wiki or something. But this is a surprising treat. My first stop is the storage area, down in the less pleasant part of town. It was Darien F-19's trick to get into the stock rooms and manage to load a cart with flotilla-sized quantities of deep facial pore processing cream. No hair, beautiful body, skin scraper is harder to dig up, but then I realized some of the industrial disinfectants we use in the kitchen have the same ingredients. Oh! I hide my loot near the airlock, head back to the place where I had my first fateful meeting with Darien F-19. As soon as I step through the door, I see another clone dutifully scrubbing wrinkly ball sacks. I start grabbing supplies while I think. Hey, what are you doing here? Those supplies are only for use in the kitchen. Yeah, well, you see, put those down, that's theft. I'll hit the alarm. Revolution can't come too quickly for me. Do you really want to hear this? As a reply, he moves his finger towards a panic button. The headmaster is in a foul mood. He pulls back. I use the magic word. This is gonna be fun. Look around, conspiratorial, which resembles the way I've been looking around ever since I woke up in the lab. You know Turgus F-07, his chamberlain? There's a faint air of gossip in the room. Horatio catnip. Well, it seems he hasn't been doing his job keeping the headmaster's quarters as tidy as they should be. Clone melodramatically puts his hand over his mouth. So the headmaster asked me to do it. I'm not taking any chances. His eyes narrow. I assume he's considering possibilities for extortion or blackmail. You let me do this, and I won't forget that you helped. So that means nothing. Think quickly. On top of that, I'll show you a secret door into the greenhouse. He was definitely acting before, but now his eyes go wide. Really? Well, I'd heard rumors, but find me tomorrow, anytime. Alexius F21. I finish grabbing things and hurry out, not wanting to give him any more time to think. I get there and start opening boxes, emptying bottles, filling buckets. I stack the empties on one side, all the volatiles on the other. Wow, that was fast. You're lucky. I had to steal the last couple of bottles of Horatio Summer Fantasy Bergamot Cologne from Eternus P02 quarters, and I'm pretty sure the guard identified me. I'm pretty sure that this was going to happen. We start dumping everything into the buckets and bottles and boxes. The most unholy smell is beginning to emerge, and the atmosphere is starting to turn caustic. Can't breathe. Let's go. We stumble out of the airlock, hit the close button. It takes a couple of minutes before we can breathe normally again. So I notice, after a couple of minutes, that nothing has happened. What's up? When's it go? Just takes a couple of... There's dust and smoke and the smell of burnt metal in the air, as well as the distant of an air leak. It worked! I can't help but grin. Even in the dark, I can hear a smile. Nice cookbook you found there. Suddenly, the lights start to flicker back on, and it looks like this. Wow. Very. Okay, now we have to wait for... They're here! Let's go! It takes some effort to get the doors back open, and when we do, we see a very different setting. Vaulters have a pretty good idea of what they're doing. Move it, you toads! 30 minutes, grab anything that's not nailed down. If it's nailed down, use a crowbar. God, I love the Vaulters. Don't worry, gotcha. This is the part we're really good at. Things happen quickly. A small party of Horatio Marines show up, see the Vaulters, turn around, and run. But somewhere, they're not running, I hear small arms fire, an occasional minor explosion. I'm guessing Extras B12 is putting up a fight, along with anyone else he could conscript. Out of my way, kids! Vaulters shoulder pass, leaving only a few defenders as they scan for trophies and loot. Hey, Alexius F21. What's up? I'm gonna find Eternus. His explanation is cut off by the arrival of old friends. Hey, Darian F19, let's get a move on. We'll do what we promised, but we want to do it now. I have a meeting with Eternus P02. That bastard has a meeting with Destiny. Wait for me here as long as you can. I'll follow him. I try to follow Darian F19. I run after him because regardless about how I feel about his plans, he does know where the guns and the fighting are. I figure it's better to know what's going on than not. Wait up! I'm barely around the corner when I hear weapons again and realize not only that I'm not carrying one. Given that suicide isn't really an interesting option, I decide to go back and wait. But thou must! Okay. I find two of the guards have started mounting pile of explosive next to the breach. They must really have something against the Horatio. She's gonna be pissed when she finds out we use the dust warhead. These things cost more than oxygen. I lost my parents on Iridian. She lost her sister. I think this is exactly the sort of breach of protocol for which we would be yelled at publicly and then thanked privately. Everything seems to go swimmingly until, obviously, it doesn't. I did not expect a visit from an old friend. Alexius F21, what are you doing down here? Getting the Horatio out of here. I don't want to end up as crazy as the rest of you. Horatio defector? This is not happening. Not on my watch. He's mine! Suddenly there's a lot of gunfire and I hit the deck. Vaulter seemed content to play for a time, waiting until their squad comes back. Unfortunately, Extras B12 is not playing the same games. Don't say I didn't warn you. I see a fat gun barrel come around the corner. I dive for relative safety of the pod. It's my third explosion in one day. I'm getting tired of them. This time, everything turns black, then golden. And then, I'm outside the station. Floating? Or hallucinating? Both, probably. Suddenly, I see the endless. And a flash through my life since I woke up in the lab. Then I go to sleep. Or die? I'm not entirely sure at this point. I feel like I'm out of it for about 3 days, but it's probably like 10 minutes? It all becomes pretty clear pretty quickly. Well, it's been half an hour, so let's put in a cut here. And maybe we're near the end, maybe we're not. Again, I don't know the runtime, but I'm loving this. So, until tomorrow, Alexandria Codex, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the fucking things. It's not on my dating profiles. Is it? It may be on some of my dating profiles. Yeah, I should probably say something about streaming schedule. You know, I'm trying to stream around 9 a.m. regularly, but during the week, and I don't know. Follow me on Twitter. You'll find out more. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.